Hey guys, as you may or may not know, George Romero has passed away. I'd just like to tell you my George Romero story. It's actually my brother's story more than mine. But anyway, when my brother was younger, I'm going back 20, 30 something years ago. Had to be, matter of fact, it was 33 years ago. My brother had a magazine with his friends, a fanzine called The New Dawn. It was a fanzine about George Romero. So, he was, my brother Stephen wrote for it, and a bunch of his friends wrote for it. And a matter of fact, the guy that made Crackoon, his name is Jerry Landy, he was part of the New Dawn as well. Anyway, because they had the fanzine and were in correspondence with George Romero, they all got invited to be in the movie as extras. Now, if you saw the movie Day of the Dead, there's a scene where, towards the end, the climactic scene where the zombies are getting in, the elevator's coming down. All those people on that elevator were invited there. I think almost all of them were from press, like different magazines and stuff like that. And if I find a still, I'll add it, and I'll put it now, a picture. I'll point to my brother. And matter of fact, one of his friends, Joe, was standing right next to him. It was really nice. Matter of fact, the reason it's more my brother's story than mine, I wasn't there because I couldn't go. I was right on the cusp. I was about to turn 18, if I remember correctly, and you had to be 18 plus to be an extra in the movie. I was so upset. I remember when they left to go to Pittsburgh. Matter of fact, I live in the Bronx. It's 500 miles to Pittsburgh from here. You won't believe it's that far, but Pennsylvania is very long. Anyway, I was so upset. Anyway, when my brother got to the set, they weren't able to meet Romero at that moment. So they did the scene, they had the makeup, and they put masks on some of them, and some got, just makeup, the outfit. It was really nice. My brother said it was a really nice experience. But they were upset because they didn't get to meet George Romero. So that night they go back to the hotel, and they're all hanging out, talking about the day's experience. They get a phone call from George Romero. He's coming to pick them up. He took all of them. There was like maybe 7 of them from the magazine, the fanzine. He took them all out to dinner. It was George Romero, his wife, I think her name was Christina, and the baby. I'm not even sure the baby's name. And my brother has pictures. They're all in the restaurant. They said it was such a thrill. George Romero took them all out to a restaurant, It was really nice. Anyway, now my part of the story where I got involved a little bit, thank God. The world premiere in New York. We got invited to that, so I was old enough, obviously. I was 18 anyway, but it wouldn't have mattered. We went, we saw the movie. It was great. We liked it. That's a movie too. In retrospect, like, Night was so amazing. Dawn was so amazing. Day of the Dead might have been a bit of, like, not as awesome as the first two, but in retrospect, Day of the Dead really grew on me, especially with the crop of crappy zombie movies that exist now. There's so many bad zombie movies that when you watch Day of the Dead now, it really stands out like a premiere zombie movie, like compared to the shit that's out there now, So it really grew on me over the years. Anyway, we went to the premiere. After the premiere, George Romero invites us all to a bar. It was like right across the street from the theater. It was in Manhattan someplace. Don't ask me off the top of my head the name of the place. So we go in the bar. We're hanging out. I'm hanging out with Bob, Gary Claw, Ralph Romero, who since died, George Romero. We're all talking all night long, man. It was like we were there for hours. Matter of fact, I even still have it. Gary Claw gave me his phone number. Ralph Romero gave me his phone number. We were talking like, over the years a couple of times. But I'll never forget that night. It was just such a, like, pleasure, to be hanging out in the midst of these people. So, George Romero, yeah, he made a lot of great movies. He's one of those directors that I guess any true fan of horror, it's like, you gotta love Romero. You know what I'm saying? Movies like Bruiser might not be your favorite, certainly not mine, but gotta give credit where credit is due. The man made some great, great films over the years. A maverick filmmaker, low-budget filmmaker, like most of us. It was wonderful. So it's sad to see him go, and he was in the midst of another project when he died. I'm not sure I don't think he was a director though. Road of the Dead or something like that. It was going to be another zombie movie. Too bad. I wonder if he wrote enough of it that they'll use his stuff still in that movie, like, you know, written by George Romero type thing. But we'll find out, I guess. But anyway, that's my little itty bitty George Romero story. He'll be missed. He's one of the greats. All right, bye.